It's time for us to put together our own custom squadron. To start, you are going to need to have your freighter. This should be transferable between freighters, so therefore, if you've already started and don't have an S-Class yet, you are safe to begin this whenever you are ready. Let's get started. Firstly, you're going to want to come over to your Manage Fleet terminal right here, and inside of here we can go to Manage Squadron, and you'll see that we have 4 slots that we have to unlock with nanites. You are going to want to have a fairly decent or reliable source of nanites at this point, because this can get quite expensive. If you want me to do a video on how we can cheekily get tons of these, when I say tons I mean a lot, let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to link something that shows you guys that. But anyway, once we've got this unlocked, you can see we can have 4 pilots that we can have join our squadron. Now, there are a couple of things that we can do so that we can customize our pilots, so we're going to go through that right now. The first thing we need to do is decide on the ship that we want them to have. Now, of course, I've already prepared a few. I want us to have matching ships between my squadron. In addition, once you've found the ship that you want them to have, obviously upgrade it to whatever class you want. I've made sure that all of mine are S-Class. This has taken a while. However, it's going to be cool, and I kind of enjoy it. In addition to that, you're going to want to make sure that they have the weapons and armaments that you want them to have on. So I've made sure that mine have got pretty good maneuverability, as well as some fully upgraded shields and weapons. This is probably overkill, but it's fun nonetheless. Once you have decided on the ship then, the next thing to do is to decide what kind of race you want it to be. So you're going to want to head to a system as the race that you want your pilots to be. I'm going to choose to use Corvax, so let's go ahead and get to a station. And once we're here, all we need to do is wait for a pilot to land so that we can go and talk to them. Come here. Now, when it comes to checking these, and we can look at the stats right here. Realistically speaking, the only thing you are looking for is that this doesn't have any negative traits. Hopefully this will show you guys here, but when I did this on the live stream, this actually reset their class. So just make sure they don't have any negative traits, and we should be pretty safe to recruit this guy into our squadron. Now, before you recruit, what you want to do actually is to switch ships with this guy. So we're going to come on into make an offer on the live's starship, and then we'll exchange. Okay, and what should happen is that guy is now going to be over at the ship that we had before. And it's actually changed name look, so it's almost like it's a completely different guy, but we've still got pretty good stats. It actually got upgraded to S-Class. That's amazing, so I don't even need to upgrade that. That was mega lucky. I can't guarantee that you guys will have the same luck. So we're going to go ahead and recruit him. I still have 2 slots left, so I'm going to go ahead and fill those 2. Obviously, all we need to do now realistically is scrap this one and then bring in another one that we want to give to our pilots. Okay then, so whilst I was exchanging ships to make it so that we had a full squadron of identical ships, I came across this problem. So when we come over to this guy right here, I can't seem to fix this directly with one ship, but I do have a fix. So hold on if you guys want to know how we can fix this. When we exchange the ship with this guy, his name is going to change to the same name as the pilot that we already have with the same ship. This dude is something or other Spar. And this is going to stop us from being able to recruit this pilot onto our team. Now, there's only one fix for this if you want them all to be the same. Now, luckily, we can just get the ship back. We can just straight up exchange back here, and that's just not an issue. Weirdly enough, you can also just straight up claim the ship back off him and literally profit the ship. So if you want a cheeky way to freely scrap ships, that could be interesting. But the way to fix this, unfortunately, is to find the exact same ship again, only with a different name. So let me show you what I mean. So back in my freighter hangar here, you can see the name of this ship is the Sleep of Devastation. Now, it is the base name of the ship that matters, so we can't just rename this and expect this to work. But I did happen to go onto a website called No Man's Sky Co-Ordinate Exchange, and we have the Spear of Nogatos here as well, which means that I have 2 different named ships that are close to identical, which means the next video in the playlist is going to have to be how to use the No Man's Sky Coordinate Exchange. I'll leave a link to the website in the description. It's fairly intuitive to use. It's not too difficult, but I feel like we're going to need to have people uploading more ships if we want any chance of us getting copies of our favorite styles. And basically the way this is going to work now, then each name of ship is going to be able to go to each race once. So if you want to have all Corvax, which is what I wanted to do, you'd have to have 4 of the same named ship to do that. Alternatively, you'll need to get different race pilots, and then you can give each one to each race once. So for example, I could actually have 3 the Sleep of Devastations across the 3 different races, and then I'm just going to go and give this one to the 4th pilot, and then I'll show you guys how we can round out upgrading them. And just so that you guys can see in video, here we have Spear of Nogatos, and I'm now able to recruit this guy with a different name, which allows me to bring it onto the team. So I'll see you guys back on the freighter where we're going to upgrade the Assault to S-Class, where all we need to do is to come back to the original terminal where this all started. We can come to Manage Squadron, and then the pilots, that we can go around the pilots, and you'll see that you have the option to upgrade these for nanites. They're actually pretty reasonably priced for this game, so it really doesn't cost too much. And there we have an unnecessarily overpowered matching squadron of pilots.